Hello, my name is Harper Curnutt, and I wrote my paper on animal experimentation, balancing scientific progress and ethical responsibility. The issue. Animal experimentation has played a central role in advancing medical and scientific knowledge for decades. However, it also raises significant ethical concerns. Let's talk a little bit more about that. What's the debate? Ethics versus progress. Animal testing has contributed to major medical and scientific breakthroughs, which is why many scientists and researchers deem it as necessary. However, ethical concerns continue to rise in response to animal suffering and insufficient protections. A balanced path is possible, as long as we continue only under strict ethical standards and invest in these more humane alternatives. Let's take a look at the opposing viewpoint in favor of animal testing. It has been crucial for drug development, surgery, and disease research. It reduces risk to human test subjects. It is also said to benefit veterinary care, and ethical frameworks like the 3Rs guide responsible use. It's important to keep in mind, it's not that scientists want to harm animals, they support animal testing because they believe it's necessary for research. Supporters emphasize that animal testing underpins major medical advances and is conducted under ethical guidelines. Recognizing some scientific contributions animal testing has provided is insulin therapy, vaccines for polio and HPV, and epilepsy treatments. Institutional oversight like the IACUC's helps evaluate necessity and reduce harm. Ethical awareness is growing even among researchers. My position. I believe it's time to evolve. While animal testing has long supported scientific progress, the limitations of these models combined with emerging technologies present an opportunity to advance science in more ethical and effective ways. New tech such as AI, organ-on-a-chip, in vitro methods can replace animal models. They're more accurate, humane, and efficient than traditional animal testing. And animal models are often unreliable for human biology, and many drugs that work in animals fail in humans. It's also important to recognize that speciesism, our current practices, prioritize humans unfairly. Talking a little bit more about that, when animal models fail. It raises the question of why cause suffering when more accurate alternatives exist. It leads to wasted resources, false hope, ethical problems, and, like I said before, animal biology differs significantly from humans, and drugs that work in animals often fail in people. Expanding compassion. Society often opposes cruelty in cosmetics, but tolerates it in medicine. Sentience, not human similarity, should guide ethics, and our moral circle must grow. This shift in thinking encourages us to 1. Develop and use humane alternatives to animal testing, 2. Push for laws that reflect public concern for animal welfare, and 3. Treat animal life with greater respect and consistency. We must rethink how we value animal life, basing decisions on their capacity to suffer, not their utility to us. Bridging the divide. Common ground does exist. Both perspectives aim to promote effective ethical research. Building from the shared goal can guide future policy and innovation. Both sides want innovation and minimal harm, and frameworks like Arrive 2.0 show a path forward. Ethical improvements increase public trust as well. So, let's work together. However, legal and oversight changes are needed. IACUCs often lack independence and have conflicts of interest. Experts advocate for national standards, third-party audits, and public transparency. Stronger, unbiased oversight is essential for ensuring animal welfare and maintaining public trust in science. A better path forward. Animal testing helped us get here, but now we have better ethical tools. Shared values can help society move toward scientific innovation and compassion. Real change requires collaborations, researchers, lawmakers, and the public. Remember, ethical science equals trustworthy science. Why this matters? New technologies outperform traditional models. Embracing them aligns science with modern ethics, and the cosmetics industry already proves reform is possible. It's not about rejecting science, it's about making it better, more compassionate, and more trustworthy. What can we do now? Support cruelty-free labs with funding and tax incentives. Demand national standards and transparency, and challenge speciesism and public apathy. We all have a role to play in aligning research practices with ethical values. Here's my references, but be a voice for ethical science. Advocate for increased funding for cruelty-free research. Question assumptions rooted in speciesism. Encourage scientists and lawmakers to invest in humane innovation. Change starts with awareness. Whether you're a student listening to this, a professor, citizen, or even a future researcher, you can help push science towards a more ethical and effective future. Thank you for listening. Let's think critically about the future of science.